This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Good morning, everyone. This is the November 9th, 2022 joint meeting of the Massachusetts Southampton Housing Authority and MHP, Massachusetts Housing Partnership. And it is 9:03. We'll call the meeting to order. And then I step back. Great job, everybody, if I could just say so, on getting the bylaws through the bylaws committee and through the select board. And one little obstacle remains, and that's tomorrow, to get it finalized tomorrow. So
yeah.
So tomorrow is the select board.
yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And then at that point, it'll be on the warrant.
Yes, if they pass it tomorrow, which, Joy, do you see any concerns about it?
I don't see any concerns about it. So far we've gotten unanimous votes going forward with it. So
good.
Okay.
I was trying to find the final version. I seem to have the marked up version, but
yeah, I'm sure that I haven't looked through the select board package that we got. I was going to do that tonight. I saw the marked up version though.
okay. Maybe that's the final version that they're.
Well, no, because I know the marked up version was sent to what's it called? The bylaw committee, and they made some revisions. So I don't have that version.
I thought that was the one I sent out. But,
oh, did you? Maybe. I just saw the one from KP Law.
Okay. Let me see the one I sent one in November 3rd. Let me try to find it in my sent. All right, Shelley, did you just have the marked up version that I sent you, or?
I think I just have whatever you just sent.
Okay.
But it's okay at this point. That's what's going to go on. Like, we're not going to
Make any changes.
No, not at this point. No, we just want to move forward with how the community feels comfortable with this. So at this point, I think we just need to talk about, assuming that the select board accepts it and it goes on the warrant, then what is our game plan from now? And we have 1 month and a couple days. So what do you feel needs to happen between now and then? What would be helpful? I mean, again, your town meeting is open town meeting, right? So you don't know exactly there.
I do have the final one, by the way. And the only major change I saw was that they added the extent of borrowing is limited to 80% of the trust assets.
Yes, that was the
big one. But I'm sorry, Shelley, what do we need going forward?
Just a game plan for the next month.
Game plan. I would like to get something in the Daily Hampshire Gazette. I know we talked about like a press release from the town to send over to them.
Okay. And you've done some emailing with someone about that, right? Of kind of what the process is.
There is a person, that is assigned from the Daily Hampshire Gazette for us. And I emailed the select board chair and a town administrator, and they said if we can just get draft a press release, they'll be supportive of us sending that over to the newspaper.
Okay. And is the Gazette something that comes out weekly?
daily.
Yeah.
Daily? Okay. So it's not as, we have a little bit of time to, like, we have to do it tomorrow to get it in.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the best time for people to see it? Like maybe beginning of December, because we want it to be like fresh in their minds.
Yeah, you don't want it to be even the week before. So when's the meeting is the 13th?
The 13th.
Yeah.
Snow day the 17th.
It's a good question. Like, do you do 1 week before? Do you do 2 weeks before? Because if it's too soon before and people feel like they just heard about it, then they might
Right.
know just because they've never heard about it. So you kind of have both.
So maybe by the week of that's 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, try and have something drafted within a week and then get it out. I mean, yeah.
Does it feel useful to have a 1 hour very simple, what a trust is, evening kind of thing that's open to anyone, and Q&A. And that part of the submission to the paper is you can come to this if you want to learn more. Like, does that feel helpful, or does that feel like it's more like you need?
I just don't find there's a big turnout for those. Aren't quite, this is just my personal opinion. There's not a huge turnout. It's the same people that come.
Yeah.
It's, I think if we talk it up amongst,
Okay.
whether it's, I don't know, what's everybody else think? Joy and Sierra, what do you think? I mean,
I
Well,
think
people who come to town meeting, are they people that tend to be more engaged anyway? So they probably would
Yes.
know about this.
It's really the same crowd. Yeah,
it depends on what's on the warrant, if there's something that
this
really
is true too.
pulls people up, then they come out in droves. If not, then they're kind
So
of.
for this special one where it's just is it the fire department borrowing?
There's the water department, right, Joy? Is that,
Oh my gosh, I believe so.
I think that's why they're having it at this point in time, because the water department needs something approved in December or something.
Yeah, and there's something else, and that there's something else with the state that we need to approve funds for. So it's not. I know that there was a timeline for that. That's on the railroad. We lost a grant for the Greenway, so we needed to go back to CPA to get funds for that. So that's going to be on the warrant too.
So the Greenway will bring some people out,
Yeah, for sure.
pros and cons.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have a forum ideally, right? So that's okay. I think for the press release, if we could direct people to some kind of resource that may not be a meeting, but what I was looking for, like, when I was drafting the paragraph thing, I was looking for a place to send people. It looks like the best thing I could find is that PDF about, there's no real, just web page that's like, here and like a few key points. Here's what a housing authority is, how it works. Like the government website is just the language of the bill, which nobody wants to read that. MHP's website has like links to these PDFs, but it doesn't really say anything about like what the housing authority is. So I guess we can just link them to that PDF. We could make a tiny URL and just like make that a thing where we don't have much control over the town's webpage, and we could make like a landing page for it, but that's not going to happen next month.
Are you talking about the Q&A kind of thing that we did?
The one pager.
The one pager, no, I'm talking about
Oh,
2018 like ADHD guidebook.
Can
oh,
we get the one pager printed for the meeting to have to distribute?
Yeah, Lucy, we can get it it won't be in color, but we should have that as backup so another document for backup at the meeting as well.
Yeah.
Like
the document that we had that to use for boards way back when in the spring, where it was different questions, it was explaining. Maybe Emma, could we upload that and just not have the link live on our website, but where we can give a link to it? Like, if we do that, where we can make it a live web page?
We can make it I could post it on our resources on the toolbox, but everyone's going to be able to see it who goes to toolbox. There's no way to like have a link that isn't live, that is still viewable.
But can't we do that with our website? Have it where it's, or
Like create a web page, but don't link to it anywhere except something like that.
Oh, is that what? Yeah.
Yeah,
We can have it on our resources, but anyone who would go to our resources page would be able to see that, but we wouldn't link to it anywhere else. Is that?
But you mean the resource page on the housing toolbox?
Yeah.
Because couldn't we with our website just have it like uploaded, but then we just don't have it live on our website, but we give them the link to it so that people could access it. But you know what I'm saying?
I don't, that would be a Russ question. I'm not sure how that works.
So that's more complicated. I thought if it was easy that you could do, then we could just for you.
It's always more complicated.
Well, we could just suggest that people go to the Housing Toolbox, the trust section, and learn more about what a trust is.
Yeah.
Yes, it's general information. It would.
Yeah.
And then they could browse and look at other stuff, and maybe that would be helpful for people who are actually interested, if there is anyone. So put that in the letter to the editor, and perhaps they would tell me that could just be included. If people want more information, right? If people want to learn more.
Yeah.
And so are we thinking press release or letter to the editor?
Oh, sorry, press release.
Okay. Because I mean, a letter, on one hand, a press release requires someone else to write about it for us and to like take interest in it. Whereas letter to the editor, I guess it also kind of requires being chosen to be published. But you think there's any?
If they'll write it, then I think a press release is good, because then they maybe would decide to call one or two people and make it a little bit more interesting engagement.
So you can upload the press release on usually on their website in the past anyway, if you had a press release, and that maybe will trigger Emily to reach out. I know this is the person from the Gazette. She's been very proactive in getting information about the senior input session for the new potential future senior center. So she's been very proactive. So if she sees something, she may actually reach out, to us too, but we should definitely reach out to her.
So would you like us to take a first attempt at a press release, and then we can send it to you and you can change it however you see fit to move it on?
Sure, that would be amazing.
Helpful, I think.
Yes, if you don't mind, that'd be super helpful.
You need like somebody to come. Sierra, can you go tomorrow night to the housing or to the select board meeting, or Joy, you've got it under control and you're fine?
I think I have it under control.
I mean, I know you're wearing multiple hats, so that's the only reason I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't know. When we're reviewing these things, we usually, by the time we get them, by the time legal's already reviewed them and we get them back, it's kind of given that they're going to be
Done
on
deal.
the warrant. We're already spending the legal fees to review them.
Good point.
My argument, we already spent the money on it. Let's leave it up to the voters.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good then. I think,
I just don't want Sierra to come and then
sit there.
and sit there for a long meeting that I don't even know what time the topic will come up. Who knows?
Yeah, because there's a number of bylaws.
Yeah, there is. There are a lot of bylaws this warrant. So, I'm not concerned. I think at the end of the day, it's something that the board believes it should be left up to the voters.
Did I agree? I feel like I agreed to go to like a finance committee meeting, but now I don't see it in my calendar. I didn't miss that.
There is one that was scheduled for a night. I swear they schedule them for every night that I'm not. I'll look it up. Hold on.
Oh, I see. I have a note on the November 15th. Okay, Tuesday, November 15th. So
actually, I think I can make that. Where is it?
Oh, you can. Okay.
I think I can, because I was going based off my calendar that Tuesdays, every other Tuesday I have select board. Where is it on here? They don't post them until literally the weekend after. The weekend before it happens. Like 2 days before it happens. They really, I just don't think.
Oh, okay.
It's important because they're going to be going over what's on the warrant.
You said you have to be in behavioral that afternoon for work.
Oh, you're right. Yep, I have a weird.
Let
me look at my other calendar.
Okay, so I have to get at 6 p.m. and then are we on their agenda or I'm just hoping to?
We are if they're going. I don't know what their agenda is. I can ask. I don't know.
They haven't posted it.
They haven't posted it. But I'm assuming that they would be going over what's going to be on the warrant.
Okay, cool. So it's about the warrant. Okay, got it. So I don't need to present
because
anything.
They have to make recommendations. They make recommendations that are included in on there, whether finance committee recommends or not. Yeah, I do. I have to be in Haverhill at 4 p.m. and it's a 2-hour drive.
It'll be interesting if it gets to them by this meeting or if it'll be at their next meeting as the,
Let me ask if she knows. I'm gonna ask my person who's on there.
And then is everyone okay with my little like paragraph blurb? I got responses from Joy that said it looks good. Let's see who else already answered me. Janet said it looks good. But MHP crew, did you see my thing and do you think it's okay? Should I change anything about it?
I think I maybe missed that. Let's see.
Let me find this. Okay, let me forward this right now. Actually, I can just post it. Do we have a chat? We don't have a chat, do we? Okay.
Oh, no, wait. Okay. I see
yeah,
it.
there's no chat, sorry. That's a whatever thing.
Yeah.
The town thing.
Did you say you found it or do you want me to forward it?
No, I found it.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And also, you did link to the guidebook. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Not missing anything, not saying anything wrong. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna post that on Facebook. We had a CPC meeting the other day and they're all very excited about it and they're gonna help me. Like Megan and Cindy said, please email this to me. We're not on Facebook. We're gonna send it to all our friends. And so I'll do some Facebooking and emailing of this. I think I'll do the first Facebook post like this week now that once this is finalized and then like just one like heads up and then I'll do a few more like closer to the date.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to get it back into the senior scoop. It missed the last one, unfortunately. They just had too much information, didn't squeeze it in. So
Okay.
I guess I don't have enough clout there.
I would have assumed you had all the clout there. Jeez.
Okay, that's good. So I will work on a draft press release. Unless Emma wants to do it. Or we'll do it together and we'll commit to next Wednesday, the 16th. So that still gives us about 4 weeks out, which would be hopefully plenty of time since it's the day. And you can review it, make any changes. And if you would forward it to the correct person, your assigned person, that would be great. Or upload it whatever you do.
Yeah, I think we should try to send it by the 1st of December. Does that sound good? Is Thursday a good day of the week to send a press release? I think it is because they're like running out of news then, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's right after the holiday pretty much, right? So that's probably, I don't have a lot of experience with that, but I think that,
I think Thursday the 1st is good. Generally, you want it to be like 2 weeks out. That is about 2 weeks out.
because it takes a little time. If you send it to them, it doesn't necessarily get in, the next day.
Right.
So
Right, someone's got to write it. Someone's got to get it. So I think that's good by the 1st or that Wednesday before, like the 30th or whatever that is.
Well, so if that only gives them like 13 days or two weeks to write it and get it printed, do you think that is enough?
I could try to send it by the Tuesday, the 29th.
yeah, because I think before Thanksgiving, I'm afraid it's going to be lost,
Right.
personally. But
Yeah, I think let's do Tuesday the 29th. That is because typically the rule for press releases is if it's for an event, you do it 2 weeks before the event. And so going on the like wider edge of 2 weeks rather than the slightly less than 2 weeks is probably a little safer. So maybe we'll have the date be the November 29th.
so I know that if we send it to the reminder as well, because you might want to get the contact for the reminder. I'll see if I can get a contact because they usually need it like a week before posting. So if we, I'm trying to remember, they just seem to say, well, I don't think they have that much news, but whenever I submit anything, I always miss the deadline.
Yeah.
So I don't know who the contact is. Is it Doc? The reminder still? Does anybody know? Joy, do you know
I'm sorry, what was the question?
who the contact is for the reminder? Doc, somebody?
I have no idea.
I'll try to get.
They show up all the time to our meetings, but it's not like I can't stop a meeting and be like, hey, what's your name?
I read the
Yeah.
articles too, and then
Yeah.
I forget. I'll
No,
try to
I've
get
actually,
contact name.
yeah. I
I'm
don't.
going to submit so we can submit it to both.
I can if they're there tomorrow, I'll try and get their name.
Okay.
Okay, so we're saying that the press release will go to the paper by November 29th, if that's the goal. Right, okay,
Okay.
great. I think we have a variety of things. It's good. Anything else?
Well, I'll get the flyer posted to Robert Floyd's. After this senior center thing is done, then there's room. I mean, I don't know how effective his postings are. Sometimes they get kind of lost down in the news he posts, but we'll get it out there to him as well, like right around the same time, Sierra.
Yeah. And
I'll get it to him.
are we allowed to post? I was noticing when voting yesterday, there's like that little billboard in the senior center, and a lot of people use that room. Are we allowed to use that for like things like this, like a little flyer like this?
Yep. So we can get flyers to the senior center, or yeah, we can put flyers to the town hall, senior center, library. There's always, the hair station always hits the senior population. They pick up a lot of flyers there too, so.
Mhm.
Is that what you're talking about, the flyer, Sierra? Yeah.
Okay, looking good.
I wonder if in the flyer we should have put who endorses it, like the CPC and others. Would that be influential for people?
We'd have to get like an official vote from them.
Yeah, that's what, I was trying to be like delicate in my phrasing. I think I said, no, I originally in my draft, I had said the CPC supports this, but then I was like, I don't know if I can make bold claims like that, like they did vote to put it forward, but I don't know if they voted to officially.
I mean, if they voted to put it forward, I would say they would
vote.
I thought they did. They did vote on something, didn't they?
They indicated support, but we didn't actually ask them for anything official yet.
Okay. Yeah, they have to vote on it.
Yeah, we're into this. This looks promising. Like when you request money, you should request lots of money. We're going to vote for it, but I don't think an official vote happens. Like,
okay, yeah.
Their next meeting.
We just know that they do support it. And they only have meetings when they need to. So I think
Are they meeting in December, first week in December, Sierra? Or you don't know until?
I know we just had a meeting. Usually only meet when we need to, but I would just say I wouldn't worry about it because we're going to send it to the CPC to send it to all their friends, and so
yeah,
okay.
Anyone who cares what the CPC thinks is going to hear about it from them, and maybe I don't know. I wish they had some sort of like newsletter or something that makes it official, but
so like if it's on the floor at town meeting, then the CPC could.
That's right. Virginia to stand up at the town meeting. Good reminder. I will ask her that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Who else is gonna stand up at the town meeting?
I would we can ask either Chris or Francine from bylaws.
Yeah, someone from bylaws, someone from housing authority. And CPC.
Sure. Do you think you should do it as both a select?
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with doing it.
All right.
I just don't know what I'm gonna say. That's not gonna piss people off. I think it's gonna be my heart.
Well, you don't want to piss them off at the town meeting, Joy.
I know. But like
I know this is a recorded line too, so let's remember that.
No, absolutely. Also,
Both use that
I'm
phrase.
quiet during all of our meetings. No, I just don't like ending up in a newspaper, guys.
Yes. Well, I'm happy to stand up and talk at the thing if you want. And
I know I'm okay with talking. I just need to craft something.
Yeah. Focus on the key points, like the things that are not like this is money. People love this is money that already exists. Like we're not asking the town for more money. We're not taking taxpayers' money. That's all people really are concerned about. That's what like gets people up in arms. So as long as you make it clear that like we're not taking anyone's money, this is just making it so we can spend the thousands of dollars we already have that are waiting to be used for something. I think that's what they're really convinced.
But I also want to anticipate what people would say who are going to speak against it. And I don't think it's just about money.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are preconceived notions about affordable housing in this town.
in every town.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when we bought the property and we talked a lot about what is affordable housing and, so those questions we may have the answers to already. They may come up again if there's a different group of people there.
Yeah.
We
And I
had-
think an important point is that, like, if anyone tries to make this about, like, well, we don't need affordable housing, we're like, this is the question on this town meeting warrant is not about whether the town needs affordable housing. Like, that's already been decided by the state, which says we need 10% affordable housing. So, like, we're charged with creating a certain amount of affordable housing, and the way we meet that state requirement is through this trust. Like, whether or not you believe in it, it's the law and it's happening. So, like,
So there's that angle. There's also the angle of educating people about the existing need in the community, that you do have people that are cost burdened. So some people may not understand that. They may just think that you're trying to bring in people from other communities.
oh yeah, totally.
So, so it could be either you decide what message is the strongest, or you have elements of these different arguments to help address different people's concerns.
Yeah, I think we should have them all in our pocket, depending on what people say, so we can respond to them.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be the difficult thing. There's going to be so many.
Or maybe in your presentation, is it when you say the people are speaking, is that you just go to the mic, there's a process, so it's not like you're scheduled beforehand or you're on the agenda, it's just that you decide to.
Anyone can go up and say whatever they want.
So we could also do some writing of different arguments and points beforehand, and then people can.
That'd be so helpful. Yeah.
Them, and then you can just make sure that they're all covered and kind of preempt what people might say.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, our town, I love our town, but.
And I think it's important, if you want to, because I know there are people that lived here for a long time that had to leave because they were downsizing and they had no place to go. And other people that have supported our town and paid taxes for decades. And we want to find a way to help them to stay, to appeal to more of the senior population as well.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
This is a slightly different topic, but I was just thinking back about the work that we have done together. And I was remembering that we held that 101 session.
Mhm.
Was that recorded?
I believe so, yeah.
So that could be something that we link back to somewhere.
Oh yeah, that would be great to link back to. If you have any questions, please look back at the 101 meeting we already held months ago.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and are all past town meetings on our town website somewhere? Can we, they already are posted somewhere, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're on YouTube.
YouTube. So we might be able to post the link if we can dig it up
Yeah.
on the Facebook page to kind of give them, and on the town page or any references so people can go and look up the Affordable Housing 101.
Okay, I will be the person to go look for that if you want.
Awesome.
Okay, fantastic. Great. I think we have a good solid plan. Lots of things that you're working on. It's great.
So the only other thing is there's, when we have articles, there's the article and then there's a shortened version of the article and then there's like a description. So I know in speaking briefly with the town administrator, he said we should probably write that. I think we'll have time. I'm just trying to think about what we would say. I don't.
Would it be similar to what we would say in a press release?
Yeah, but shorter, a shorter version than a press release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, this is a new board that's going to be able to use CPC funds or donations or to create affordable housing.
So I don't know. Yeah, so collectively, maybe between Sierra's paragraph and a press release, pulling things out of that, we can assemble that paragraph.
And when you need that by?
I'm just trying to think. I don't have, I'm not sure. I'd have to.
I can
check.
ask tomorrow.
All right. So, yeah, because the article, the supporting paragraph, the kind of the simplified explanation, I think is going to be critical. So.
Okay. And we might be able to pull up a couple other warrants and see how other communities talk about it as well.
Okay, that'd be great. So we're going to try to find the link to 101. We're also going to have a link to the housing toolbox somewhere. Is that what we said before? I'm just trying to, for my notes, trying to.
So if we can find the recording, I think that's probably better.
Okay, instead of. Okay.
And reminding people that this is not a new conversation, that you've been talking about it for a while. I think that'd be best, I think.
Great.
So see if Sierra can find that link. We'll get a draft press release by next Wednesday, and then you can work on cleaning it up and getting that out on November 29th. Bunch of different postings that you're going to be doing. You need to be thinking about, so we'll be starting to work on speaking points. We can start working on some draft ones for town meeting, and then we'll consider the warrant language, simplified warrant language, and Emma and I can maybe review a couple warrants about other communities have done that as just some ideas for you. I think we're busy.
Yes. We're not at the end yet.
Nope. Hopefully the final push before the real work begins, actually.
I have confidence. The meeting's on a Tuesday night, not a Saturday. So I don't know.
Okay,
and it's a special town meeting, so there's less people that show up anyways.
I think that we're plan on touching base. Could people touch base on the 30th at 9 a.m.?
Can we make it? Can we? I realized yesterday when I was trying to get into schedule the meeting is that can we make it 9:10, 9:15 because the administrative assistant for the town administrator doesn't get in until 9, and I need a special passcode every time I use this. And so I did it yesterday, but I had to bother the town administrator to get me the passcode. So I'd rather not. He's busy enough.
Okay, so we're gonna get the press release before the meeting and get that out to the newspaper.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But if we could just touch base to do like final, how are things going on? What's the final, I think, cover speaking
prep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to be speaking for sure, and those final things just to touch base, maybe final postings on Facebook, how that's going to work.
Okay.
If an article comes out, of course, you'll want to link to that on social media. And then I think if that's like our final kind of meeting before the 13th, then we'll hopefully hear from you on 14th that it was a success. Does that sound okay?
You'll hear from us on the 13th. I will be emailing.
Okay, good. Even better. Does the 30th look like it works for people?
Yeah.
At 9:15?
Yep.
10:15. I'll send out a calendar hold and then wait for a Zoom link from you, Jenna, and I'll add it.
Okay. All right. Good.
Fantastic. Okay.
All right. Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? We need a voice count at 9:37. George?
Aye.
Sarah?
Aye.
Janet? Aye. Okay, we are adjourned.
All right. Thank
Thank
you
you,
all.
everybody.
Thank you.
For all the
you.
hard work. Appreciate it.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.